Good day. Welcome on Great Achievers, the program that is designed to honor people who render their time, money, skill, and everything within their reach to service humanity. Today, we will be remembering the achievement of a great woman. She's no other person than Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili was born in Makurdi on the 14th of July 1954 to the family of Chief Paul Young Edemobi, who hailed from Wanka, Anambra State, Nigeria. Her educational career started with her passing the first school leaving certificate with distinction at St. Patrick Primary School, Isofia, Anambra State in 1966 and West Africa School Certificate with Grade 1 distinction in 1973 from Queens of Rosary Secondary School, Nsukka, both in Nigeria. This exceptional results in the first school leaving certificate and West Africa School Certificate and are the Eastern Nigerian Government Post-Primary Scholarship and Federal Government of Nigeria Undergraduate Scholarship. She got her first degree in pharmacy in 1978. She earned a PhD in ethnopharmacology, the study of drugs in world culture in 1985. Professor Dora Akunyili was a doctorate fellow of University of London and a fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists to prepare for her managerial positions. She was on several management skills courses, RIPA, London and Computer Education Program by WHO, UNDP, World Sponsored, Enugu in 1998 and 1994 respectively. Before we proceed, don't forget to like, share, and comment on this post. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili's working experience and achievements. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili started her working career as a hospital pharmacist from 1978 and 1981 in the University Teaching Hospital, Enugu, after which she ventured into academics as a graduate assistant research fellow in Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 1982 to 1986. In university system, she made a steady progress from lecturer 1 in 1986 until she was made senior lecturer in 1990. She was transferred to College of Medicine, University of Nigeria, Nsukka in 1992, where she was made a consultant pharmacologist in 1996, a position she held until April 2001. Professor Dora Akunyili became Senior Secretary of the Petroleum Trust Fund, coordinating projects funded by oil monies in Nigeria's southern states. It was in this capacity that she called the attention of Nigeria President Olusegun Obasanjo. She was diagnosed with severe pancreatic disease. She was sent to London with government funds for treatment. Doctors in England determined, however, that she would recover without surgery, and Akunyili returned the sum of $18,000 check to Nigerian government. Something that is rare in many countries and almost impossible in Nigeria. An agent of Lawrence said in High Court, "I never knew there are still Nigerians with integrity." End of quote. After Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili took the reins of NAFDAC in year 2001. Testing revealed that 70% of the drugs sold to Nigerians were counterfeit. Bribes ensued, thus the country's existing regulatory bureaucracy took no notice. But many Nigerians died every year after being dosed with drugs that in many cases were no better than placebos. Professor Akunyili repeated the National Educational Workshop model to confront the problem, launching student competitions with prize money awarded to those with the best grasp of food and drug regulation. The Nigerian government signed testing agreements with China, India, and Egypt, three of of the biggest suppliers of counterfeit drugs, and as local awareness of dangers of fake drugs rose, sales of counterfeit drugs dropped sharply. As Director General of Nigeria's National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili has amassed a record as one of the most committed and successful government administrators on the continent of Africa. Under her leadership, counterfeit drug sales in Nigeria dropped by an estimated of 80%. Akunyili's story is more than one of efficiency. However, it is a profile in courage, for she has survived attempts on her life by arson and by gunfire from Nigerian counterfeit drug traffickers. As she had in the walls of New Scientist magazine the most dangerous job in Nigeria, but she remained undaunted in the face of threats. She said, and I quote, "Drug faking or counterfeiting is the greatest evil of our time. Malaria can be prevented, HIV/AIDS can be avoided, and armed robbery may kill few at a time, but fake drugs kill in mass." She was the Director General of NAFDAC from year 2001 to year 2008. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili, a great woman of honor that her memory will linger forever. She served as Nigerian Minister of Information and Communication between the year 2008 to year 2010. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili ran for election as Senator for Anambra Central on the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) platform in year 2011, but she was defeated by Chris Ngige of the Action Congress of Nigeria (ACN). She immediately sent a petition to the Independent National Electoral Commission to disputing the result of the election. Before we proceed, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Now, let's talk about Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili's marital life, awards, and many more. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili was married to Chike Akunyili, a medical doctor who supported his wife's pharmacology studies. In the midst of their busy careers, the couple raised 6 children named Ijeoma, Edozie, Somto, Njideka, Shidiogo, and Obumneme. In 2017, one of her children, Njideka Akunyili Crosby, was awarded the prestigious Genius Grant from John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili received over 900 awards throughout her career, the highest number of awards ever received by any Nigerian. However, over 100 awards were later discovered in her bosses after her demise. Some of the awards Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili receives include Time Magazine Award 2006 as one of the 18 heroes of our time, Person of the Year Award 2005 by Silverbird, Integrity Award 2003 by Transparency International, and many more. Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili died in an India hospital on the 7th of June, year 2014, after a battle with cancer. Today, we remember a great contributor, Professor Mrs. Dora Akunyili, a woman who risked her life to rescue millions of Nigeria. May her soul rest in peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.